Hello everyone and welcome to episode 5 of Let's Replay Megaman 6. In the last part, we learned that Dr. Wily was behind it the entire time, even though looking at concept art like the thumbnail for episode 4, it's fairly obvious that Mr. X was Dr. Wily, just with a fake beard. And a random dot on his forehead. Anyway, the Dr. Wily fortress in this game isn't actually that bad. It does take full use of your abilities, though. You're gonna need to use the jet and power adapter a lot in here. And also, one thing I wonder if you guys have noticed by this point is the fact that I usually do 3 stages per video. This is actually one of the rare occurrences where I don't. It's always been something with me for some reason. I've always done 3 stages. Except for maybe Mega Man 2. Just because I wasn't good at recording back then. And Mega Man 2 will be redone. I fear Quick Command stage, though. Anyway, this stage is a lot of falling down. And if you're actually able to land to the right there, you actually go to a different path that actually has quite a few items, actually. I haven't been down there in about a year. Why? I just don't press the button fast enough. But as you can see, this stage brings back the wind gimmick from Windman stage, but it's no problem here. The only really painful jumps in this can be these two. This one, and these two meaning that one and this one, because these ones can be kind of hard to make if you don't know when to press the button, how much momentum you'll gain from the jet booster thing. By the way, I love the sound, this music track they play in the Wily stages. It's fantastic. Then again, couldn't the Mr. X stages be considered Wily stages as well? Hey, look, it's this guy again. Fuck you. I finally pulled off skipping him well. Also, I think, yeah, that thing about those little propellers are the only time you'll actually see Sniper Joe in this game. Anyway, the boss of this stage is... Oh my god, it's a fucking dinosaur, holy shit! This giant, I forget what kind of dinosaur this is based off of, it's not Stegosaur or Tyrannosaur, I forget what it's called, but Brachiosaur maybe? It's weak to the Yamato Spear, which you can only hit it in its face, more specifically around the eyes. And luckily though, you have more than enough ammo for it, so if you fail, either you just really suck, or otherwise. And once he explodes, he's dead, and yeah, that's the end of the first stage. There's like there's only 3 stages in Wily, actually. Because the last stage is more of just a slight... briefness? What? The last 2 stages are more of one stage just continued. Anyway, Wily is verily one of the kindest villains I've ever seen, because he puts an E-Tank right in our way. Seriously, if you missed that, you're either blind, in which case how are you playing this, or you just are doing a challenge run. And I just realized my mouse is still on screen. And the thing is, I distinctly remember, it was not on the screen when I recorded this. The hell, Camtasia. The hell. Anyway, here we see the return of the ice gimmick, which we haven't seen since Blizzard Man stage. And I have no idea why they brought it back, because it's gone now, and we're never gonna see it again. Ah, no, we're not. Hey, look, it's these things! Reappearing, disappearing blocks that I love oh so much. Also, Mega Man 01, I actually mentioned that I didn't believe they were in the X series. I was wrong, actually. They were in Mega Man X7 and X5. Only in 1 stage each, though, so it doesn't really count for me. But luckily, you can skip past these ones by using the jet booster and, the fire weapon, which is the name I'm forgetting, and it actually provides quite a nice shortcut. Because I don't think I've ever actually gone that other route. Huh. That's actually kind of odd, I just realized I have never gone that other way. Also, I don't think I've ever managed to use the ice gimmicks to get up there. And now, now we see the return of these guys, who are a lot more annoying here, I find, although this time I just spammed the button, so they serve no threat to me. I was actually kind of sweating there, because I was really low on energy. Energy life, the same difference. Anyway, the boss of this stage is weak against the windstorm. I believe, yeah, it's the windstorm. So get that up and prepare to fight, fight, fight! Anyway, this giant turret thing, what it'll do is it'll shoot a belt up in the sky and down below. It's fairly simple stuff. Just spam the wind tornado at its face and it'll go down pathetically easily. Da-da-da-da! Ow. I just stubbed my toe on my desk. I love the design of this castle for some reason. I don't know why. I love the Edo period Japan thing it has going on. Anyway, we're at Wily 3, which is the boss rush stage. Joy of all joys. But it starts off with this underwater game mechanic. I actually do kind of wonder how they were able to program this in the NES, because when you're out of the water, it doesn't affect you whatsoever. And as for why I'm spamming there, it's because ow. It's because I remember there being a fan there when it was actually right ahead. I recommend you have the jet power up throughout this entire section, because while they will pull you and help you, it always helps to have that extra boost. Then again, I'm just that kind of guy who will almost always have the super adapter equipped in 7. Come on, come on. No! Fatality. Let's try that again, shall we? Cannons! Which, actually, I just realized, looking at them, they kind of remind me of the cannons from Battle Network for some reason. And oh boy, we're here. Then again, I don't really mind this boss rush so much. Hit the music, Johnny. Hit it! Well, that was painless. And by the way, I absolutely love that song. And once we enter the capsule, that's actually the end of the stage. Unlike Mega Man 2 and some of the others, there's no boss for that stage. So now it's time for the final battle of the 8-bit games until Mega Man 9 will be released in 2008, over, actually exactly 15 years later from this game's release. Not exactly to the date, but in terms of years. It's time for the final 8-bit battle. Unless you count, like, the Game Boy games, but I don't really count those. I mean, classic. And, what else is best for the final competition but Metars? This is truly the battle to end all battles. I probably actually could have ended this thing's life a lot quicker just by charging up my shot, but for some reason I decided just to shoot the lemons. Yeah, man. There we go. And there's door. Oh, hi, Eddie. Eddie. Bye, Eddie. Eddie has been really useful this playthrough. I don't think I've ever had a playthrough where he was actually that useful. Anyway, every form of the final boss is weak against the Silver Tomahawk, so get that out. And by the way, I love this final boss theme, so I'm gonna be silent for a few seconds. Well, that was over quick, wasn't it? First form just jumps around and shoots orbs at you. This one will jump around at random to different parts of the screen and it still shoot orbs at you. Yeah, this is a very simple and very easy final boss. Ow. But yes, I really do love this final boss track. It really shows this may have actually supposedly have to be the final classic game. I mean, Mr. X, Mega Man X, I could see that. Mega Man 10, I could see even more being a bridge game between this and X, though. Anyway, once you're out of the Silver Tomahawk, you should use the Mega Buster, but I decided to show off Beats, who in Mega Man 5 was the final boss's big weakness, but in this he's pretty damn useless. So instead, let's just charge our busters. With a fire and blazer! That hurt my throat. Final boss, I am not ashamed of using these things, even though then again, this thing is usually long dead by this point. I'm actually thinking, I think they got that 4 orbs idea from Mega Man 7's final capsule from here, but we did it! I'm sorry. Forgive me, please. Bow down before me, mortal. That's the end of Mega Man 6, folks! Rah 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 rah. Dr. Wily beat ein und... Triumphant at last, Mega Man arrested the notorious Dr. Wily and brought him to justice. Sentenced to prison for his crimes, Dr. Wily now rules over a prison cell. At long last, the world is at peace. I'm Morgan Freeman. But yes, everyone, that is the end of Let's Replay Mega Man 6, and I gotta say, both times I've recorded this, I have enjoyed the hell out of it. This game is... I'm just gonna say this is downright my favorite Mega Man game. I love everything about it. The soundtrack, the sprites, the animation, the soundtrack, of course, the level design, everything about this game. I love it. In fact, this isn't just downright my favorite Mega Man game, with Mega Man 03 right below it. It's my favorite... Oh, by the way, that's the Centaur Flash. That would freeze you in time, but he never did it for me both times, which is really weird. I've never had a playthrough where he never froze me in time. But this is downright my favorite game of all time. I love this game so much. And the thing is, out of all the classic games on their actual original disc or cartridge, besides 10 and 9 being the downloads, I only own this and 8 on their original things. I have the Anniversary Collection for my GameCube, which I need to find the PS2 version of. But besides that, I just own this and 8. And in terms of the X games, I have the X Collection, X7, and X8. But seriously, if you're a fan of platformers, play this game. You will not regret it, in my opinion. Because this is just such a fantastic game, I can't compliment it enough. If you have a PC that can run an NES emulator, which is very easy to do, mind you, play this game. Although I recommend you have a controller of some sort for it. Because playing it on a keyboard is just... ugh, I cannot play games on keyboards anymore. By the way, one thing I haven't mentioned by this point in the Classic series is that a lot of the Robot Masters from Mega Man Classic would actually be brought back in the Battle Network series. I know for a fact Blizzard Man and Plant Man, I believe, are Mega Man Battle Network 5. I don't know where all of them are. I know Heat Man's in 2 and onwards, Torchman. You know, Torchman's based on Fireman, isn't he? Yeah, he is. Anyway, the only bad thing I can really say about this game is that the credits are a bit long. Because the other Mega Man games just show, like, the Robot Masters on a little bar thing, like this thing, actually, right now. They just do that and show that. They don't have that little video thing before them, which is kind of slows down the credits, but I don't mind that. If the only negative thing I can say about this game is in the credits, you know that it's a great game. Then again, I cannot... This is a game that I can fanboy over, and... If you have a... Seriously, play this game, guys. Actually, is it on the Mega Man? No, I don't think it's on the Virtual Console on the Wii yet. I know Mega Man 5 is, which disappoints me greatly, because I do not like 5. And that's actually really funny, because a lot of people seem to think that, I can see why, actually, that Mega Man 6 is just a really heavy edit of 5, because so much is similar between the two. And I actually can see it, especially with the Beats thing, even though Beats a lot more useful in 5. But this is the best. But yeah, if you like any kind of platformers, play this game. This is probably one of the best Mega Man games in the Classic series, on the NES especially. The 3 that I often hear are the best are this, 2, and 1. Although not in that order. 2 is often seen as the best, with this right behind it from what I've seen. This is just a game that people really seem to like. Mega Man 5's on and off. This is one that has a lot of positivity behind it, though. Because the thing is about this game is that it's easy, sure, compared to a lot of the older games in the classic series. And well, not for me. I find them all easy because I've played them too much. Enough, King! Hey! But this game is easy without being too easy, unlike Mega Man 5, which is either really easy to some people or just plain bullshit hard. But that all depends on the person. But, seriously though, play this game. You will not regret it, in my opinion. Just be careful not to fall for some of the traps that I did accidentally. But with that, and to be continued, I'd like to thank Capcom oh so much for making this game, and I'm going to see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Drop by a like, and I'll see you guys next Let's Play, whatever that may be. Fun